we shift from kind of small picture, now we want to talk about this like welcoming environment, right? Like we want to throw the welcome mat out and make everybody available and like have everybody just have a warm and fuzzy experience. But the truth of the matter is that it is impossible to control that every single student, staff, and faculty member on your campus, regardless of how they identify or the multitudes of identities they have, that they're going to have a welcoming experience. So I bring that to the attention oftentimes when I do consulting work on campuses when we're starting this work, is that it's really important to not raise the bar so high that it's completely unattainable. Things are still going to happen, but what can you do consciously to create an environment where when those things happen, they become shocking instead of the norm? So let's talk a little bit more specifically about this. What I think it is also important to mention is that oftentimes when I work with people who want to make things, they're really eager, that they oftentimes have painted a picture that's far more negative and unrealistic than the truth. So find out if your campus is welcoming. There's a possibility that there are pockets of your campus that LGBTQ identified students, staff, and faculty already have made a welcoming space. Because as any subordinated or marginalized identity, you're going to need to form community somewhere. So find out where those spaces are, who those people are, and use that as a springboard for movement if you're really just starting out. But also listen. I think it's really interesting that when we get into this mode, what ends up happening is that when we say, where isn't it welcoming, oftentimes we immediately jump into a to-do list or an action plan, and we need to do something to have this welcoming environment. But really listening and just being with the fact that it might not be is actually far more authentic than quickly spackling over spaces to try to like pretend that those things didn't happen. There's a fine balance between having a vision and having an action plan. But without the vision, the action plan really means nothing, and it can land in really marginalizing ways. But only having a vision without doing any action, it's just all talk. And in student affairs, I've been on a lot of campuses where we're really good talking. And I've been on a lot of campuses where we're just bulldozing our way around with actions. But you need to have a balance. It's important to remember that Martin Luther King had a dream. He did not have a to-do list, but he also had a full committee of people with action plans, and we're still really doing a lot of that work.